Hi, my friends. Okay, first thing we need to do is make sure your mom is not watching and not in the room because this is a Mother's Day surprise. Is she gone? Is it safe? All right, my friends. Next, we are going to talk about what our project is. So we are going to make a necklace for Mother's Day. Now for first grade, part of our Mother's Day tea project. For second grade, it's because we missed Mother's Day last year. So this year we are going to get caught up and we are going to make our mothers a necklace, and we're going to make them out of clay. We're going to use ceramics, just like the pinch pots that you may have made in kindergarten, unless you're in first grade. Then we didn't last year because of COVID, but we're going to get to use some clay this year. So we're going to make these little pendants, and then we're going to let them dry, and then we're going to glaze them, which is going to give them that shiny finish like your dishes, like coffee mugs or your plates have. And that is going to make them look really beautiful and really polished, and your mom is going to love them. So they take a while to make because they have to dry, and then I have to cook them in our kiln, which takes a while because our kiln goes up to 2,000 degrees. So it takes a while to heat up, and then it takes a while to cool down. In your packet, you'll see you've got a ball of clay, a straw, and a toothpick. So we're going to start with our ball of clay. The first step is to make our shape. So we'll start with that. Make our shape. Now this is the outside shape of our necklace, this little pendant that's going to hang on our cord. You can squish it. Now if you go too deep like this, it's going to make your pendant crack and it may not last in the kiln. So we want to make sure that it is thicker than our straw. Right now it is not. It is thinner than our straw. So we're going to restart. I'm going to make a ball. And I want to make sure there are no air bubbles in this. So I'm going to smash it on the table and roll it that way. I'm just rolling my hand in a circle while pushing down on my clay to get all of the air out of it if I have to restart. Okay. Now I'm going to try squishing it again. Give it a little squish. And you can see that we have some cracks. Let's check how thick it is. Is it thicker than my straw? Yes, it is slightly thicker than my straw, so perfect. Now we have these cracks on the side. You can just take your finger and blend those in, or you can use the side of your straw. It works really well to blend in those cracks. We want to make sure that our necklace is soft. So any of these crumblies and cracks that we see could scratch our mom after we get our clay in the kiln, because when it comes out it gets really hard. So step 2 is to remove the cracks and rub them smooth. As we do that, we might see crumbles, and we want to make sure we brush those off because those crumbles also stick and they get hard. So you can see I've got a couple of little crumbly pieces here. I just want to rub those off. And you're going to keep doing that the whole time you're working on your piece because they often pop up. I'm going to give my clay a little roll to make sure it's nice and round. And then I'm going to just give it a pinch all the way around to make it nice and even. I want it to look pretty round. You could make yours an oval shape or a teardrop shape, or even this sort of rounded rectangle shape. See, all these crumblies are in the way. We're going to come in and smooth this out again. And now, another big crumble. Take that right off. Now once our clay looks smooth, you are going to smooth the backside as well. And then we're going to take our straw and we need to punch a hole so that we can fit our loop through the cord. Now we don't want to have it too close to the edge because that will make it either fall off or crack. So we want to scoot down just a little bit so that it's just off the edge. We'll push that through, and we can even pull it right through. All right, look at that. So we have added our hole. Now, we need to put our initials in the back. And we're going to put 2021 so that your mom knows who made it. So whichever side is the best looking on your piece, that's going to be the front. So for me, this is the prettiest side. It's smoother, it's a little more round. So I'm going to make this the front, which means that when I flip it over, this is the back. Now I'm going to take that toothpick and I'm going to write my initials, which is the first letter of your first name and the first letter of your last name. So for me, that's N and S. Don't carve too deep because you'll go all the way through. Now when you're carving, you'll see we get lots of crumbles again. We want to just brush those away. And sometimes when you brush the crumbles away, you lose pieces of your letter. Like you can see part of my N disappeared. So you may have to go in and fix your letter a couple of times. It happens. It's wet to make sure it looks nice. Okay, now I'm going to put in 2021. Got my toothpick. 2, 0, 2, 1. This way my mom knows that it's from Mother's Day 2021. Okay, now for the front you can do all kinds of things. Let's get these crumblies off. We don't like the crumbles. They're everywhere. We can give our necklace a little pat to take care of any crumbles on the back. Now you can add texture on your necklace if you want. You can use this straw if you want. You could, you don't like that, just rub it off. If you don't rub it in, if you don't push it too far down. You could use something like your shoe, which they have these great patterns on the bottom. You can see I have some clay on my shoe, but it's fine, it'll come off. So you just take your shoe and give it a quick press. And you'll often get really cool patterns. Or you may find something else that gives you a great pattern. Or you may decide to just keep it smooth like we did here. That's fine too. Now for your mom's note. Hearts work really well. The word mom works really well. And I heart you works really well. If you try to fit too many letters in, it's not going to work because there's not much space here and the crumblies get in the way. It's also really hard to draw a flower because again, the crumbles get in the way. So keep it simple. Keep it to either I heart you or mom or just a heart, little picture, whatever you think works. I'm going to go ahead and draw a little heart for my mom on this one. I'm going to make this one off center though. You can see how I have lots of crumbles. This would scratch my mom up a lot. So I want to get rid of them. And you can see I lost part of it, getting rid of the crumbles. It's fine, I'll just go back and do it again. Sometimes carving into clay takes a couple of tries because of these crumbles. There we go, that looks really nice. Got a nice thick heart, got a nice border. This looks nice. Okay, so once that's done, I have added my design to the front. And I'm ready to go. So you have already taken your ball, you made a shape, you rubbed those cracks with your finger to get them all out. We made sure there were no crumbles. Make sure it's nice and smooth. We added the hole. We put our initials in 2021 on the back for the year. And then we added our design on the front. I used my shoe to make a little texture stamp, and I carved a heart in it. On some of these other ones, I wrote the word mom, I heart you, a heart, or just plain. And then we're gonna let this dry. So you're gonna bring this back to me next week so that I can put it in the kiln and fire it. And then I'm going to give it back to you again, and you will paint it with glaze of whatever color you like. So it could be red or pink or purple. Think about what your mom's favorite color is. We only have one color to choose, or one color per piece to choose from. And we want to make sure that it's something that she's really gonna love. And then you'll bring it back. So we're gonna keep trading this back and forth a couple of times, but it's going to be worth it because in the end, you are gonna get this great piece of jewelry that your mom will wear after Mother's Day. All right, remember to keep the secret. And if you have any questions, send me a note on Schoology. All right, my friends, I will see you